today's video, I'm going to be going on a full in-depth guide on the Luminescent Cavern and the Crimson Cavern. This did come out only about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to prepare for this new area, what you can actually get from this new area, and why it is so important. So basically, to start this off, the Luminescent Caverns and Crimson Caverns, and this is basically like a late game area. Like, you do need to be very good at the game to generally get into this area. To even get near this, you do have to go to the Desolate Deep. We are going to go off of Moosewood and behind the Sunstone Island. I'm very positive you guys do know where the Desolate Deep is, but in case you forgot, here is where it is. So you're just going to go behind Sunstone Island. You are going to look for one of these little buoys. Yes, it is right behind it. So whenever you get to here, all you gotta do is just jump down. You need your diving gear on. To get to the Desolate Deep, you have to go to the right and make a left. But for this, we're going to go ahead and make a right over into here. But then, instead of taking a left right here, we are actually going to head and go right. Now, the part about this is a little bit tricky, is that you can have multiple different types of pedestals here. I had a mushroom keystone. In total, there is 9 different keystones, but each player will have a random set of free keystones. All of these keystones are the turtle keystone located in Terrapin Island Cave, and I will be showing the coordinates up here on the screen. Second of all, we got the volcano keystone, which is in the raw slit volcano. Third of all, the lightning keystone. This is the one I had. You need to go to the Grand Reef and go onto the mini island right next to it. Sun keystone, you just have to go to the Sunstone Island, and it is inside Merlin's hut. The skull keystone is by the Forsaken Shores near the Jack Marrow NPC. The cliff keystone is in Castaway Cliffs, of course, and it is on the upper pathway. And getting to the end here, Snowflake keystone, which is on the Snowborough cliff edge of the Northern Expedition, if I am not wrong. Either this or it is on Snowcap Island. For the mushroom keystone, all you have to do is just go ahead and go onto that little swamp boat in the Mushgrove Swamp. Very easy to locate. And finally, the fossil keystone, which is on the Ancient Isle Crane. So this, you'll get a random set free, and basically you have to place each one of them in their coordinating pedestal. One goes right here, one goes right here, and the last one goes right here. It's basically in a triangle. And then whenever you guys do go ahead and complete that pedestal, all you guys gotta do is just go from the Desolate Deep right here, go from this entrance all the way over here, and eventually you will reach the Luminescent Caverns. This is the first spot of this new update. All you gotta do is you just gotta climb onto this rock and go onto a raft. Yeah, just take this raft and you will be there shortly. And here we are at the entrance of the Luminescent Caverns. Now, this is a very special area for a lot of different reasons. First of all, there is many rods in this area to be able to get. One being the Cerulean Fane rod, which I do actually have myself. This is a very good rod, costing 5 million credits. Here we do also have the Luminous Oath rod, which is left to this like little red entrance right over here. And for this, you do need 1.5 million credits and the full bestiary discovered. I mean, I think this rod is very easy to get as long as you just don't sell on the Colossal Blue Dragon. But yeah, these two areas are prone to some very high like level fish, like the Colossal Ethereal Dragon, Colossal Ancient Dragon, Colossal Blue Dragon. And these areas are also home to many various good rods. Of course, some being the Luminous Oath, you know, being a generally very good sword. Also in these two areas, you can even get the Crimson Cane's quest to unlock the evil pitchfork. And if we do go and go into the area, you can actually get the Ruinous Oak sword. 30 million credits is one of the most expensive rods and one of the best rods in the game. So first of all, let's just get into the Colossal Blue Dragon. This fish is basically the main part of this area. It should spawn around here. Like, if I were to get my radar out, it would spawn around here. Of course, you need your radar, just like in the depths with that like little serpentine guy. You need to find the area to fish in. Now, the thing about this is that the Colossal Blue Dragon, it's, you know, very hard to get. Like, sometimes you have to spam sundials for like 20 minutes straight. Then maybe whenever you do that, instead of getting a blue dragon, which is like the only one you can get in this area, you might get an ancient dragon, which is the whole other area over there, which we will talk about that shortly. Basically, to go ahead and get this area, you do actually have to go over here and you'll have to talk to this little red guard. So I have already done this, but basically this guy said that dragon sure is something. Be sure to check out the Crimson Cavern now. If you guys want to go ahead and go into the next area for like this whole dragon and whatever, which you also have to go for his area for the evil pitchfork and the ruinous oath, keep that in mind, you have to bring this guy a crimson mutated colossal blue dragon. Now the best way to do this is either appraising with a mutation tome, because believe me, a 0.11% chance is not really that good. With a mutation totem, that will definitely be a lot higher chances. To go ahead and get this crimson colossal blue dragon is first spamming your sundial. Sometimes it just spawns randomly inside of here, but mainly you want to spam your sundials. I mean, I probably spent over 100 one time just to get a colossal blue dragon. Now the best way to go ahead and do this is with the Scarlet Spincaster rod, but the thing about this is, and I do not know why this is the case, is that you actually have to go to the Crimson Cavern to get the Scarlet Spincaster rod, which gives you a 30% chance for a crimson mutation. So basically, if you guys do want to go ahead and get this crimson colossal blue dragon, you have to go and praise it. It is a 0.11 chance. You go and use a mutation tome that will at least be better. So all you gotta do is just go and climb this tree right here. Yep, there we go. Keep on going, just keep on climbing. Let me go and pull out our GPS here. Okay, we are almost there. You guys do want to go ahead and from the entrance, you want to come over here to this king guy and the tree right behind him. You just want to go and climb this. Now up here by this little branch, you will go ahead and see a rod. Now this is a little bit tedious to go ahead and climb the tree. I will go and try my best here. So I think you want to go from here and just glide over to, yeah, there you guys go. Okay, I just missed. You want to go up here and just glide over to it. Simple as that. Yep, there we go. And see, it is only for 200,000. Not bad. And now we are here in the Crimson Caverns. Here you are home to the Colossal Ancient Dragon, and this is also the main part where you will actually be able to go ahead and craft the evil pitchfork. If you guys don't know, you do need to go ahead and do this guy's quest, which does mean you have to go ahead and find 5 guys, which this quest is a little bit hard, but for one of the best rods in the game, I do think it is, you know, very fair. So first of all, guys, let me just go for this quest, because of course I am including everything possible in this whole map area, and this evil pitchfork is included. Okay, so we were just going to go over here to the Luminescent Caverns. So here we will go ahead and find a little NPC named Vimble. So as you guys can see right here, here is the entrance. You just want to go and make a left over here and buy this little guy. So all you guys want to do is get an Atlantean Emperor Jellyfish and an Atlantean Barbed Shark. Now these 2 fish are found in the Desolate Deep. You know, you did actually need these for the Trident Rod like way back then. Or another way to do this is that you can just go ahead and get the mutation tome, although I do recommend using the Trident Rod, because the Trident Rod will go ahead and give a 30% chance. So if you do want to finish this really quick, all you gotta do is just get a good bait on your rod and just catch the mythical Emperor Jellyfish and the legendary Barbed Shark until you get an Atlantean. This is a very simple quest, I gotta be honest, you know. And next off, there is 5 little NPCs here. 2 are in the Luminescent Cavern, 2 are in the Crimson Cavern, and 1 is in both of these guys. We have Rocco. All you gotta do is just make a full diagonal over here, and here is Rocco, which is a little bit hard to do because Rocco over here in the Luminescent Cavern actually wants you to show him a Colossal Ancient Dragon, which if you guys know anything about these guys, you can only get them in the Crimson Cavern. So basically, your route is go to that little Vimple guy, then turn in that Crimson Colossal Blue Dragon. I mean, this is tedious, very time consuming to do, maybe even hard. So yeah, you do Vimple, go over here, turn in your item, and then eventually you're gonna have to like spam sundials or just get lucky and get a Colossal Ancient Dragon. Next up, you will go ahead and go over here. Now, you don't need to go over here immediately. There is actually 2 in the Crimson Cavern you can do, but for this video, let's just say you go back to this one. Go ahead and show this guy, and boom, you are done for this area. Should the Atlantean Jellyfish, Barbed Shark, and the Colossal Ancient Dragon. Doesn't matter the mutations. All you gotta have is just an Ancient Dragon. Next up, for the 2 in the Crimson Cavern, let's go over here. We have this guy. His name is Wixie. Wixie, this is not hard. It takes like 5, maybe 10 minutes at most. All you gotta do for this guy is just talk to talk to him about the crystals, and all you gotta do is eventually crystals, like little crystals, will spawn around these big crystals. So, but for example, let's just say there is a crystal right in this one. All you would see is just a little pop-up. All you gotta do is just run around these guys, spam E, and you'll just get the crystal. Once you find 8 crystals, talk back to Wixie here, and then you can go ahead and finish her quest. Now, the thing about this, it's not an item, you just collect it. You know, you won't see the crystals in your inventory. There is also crystals in the Luminescent Cavern, which there is 4 spots for the Crimson Cavern and 4 spots in the Luminescent Cavern. So, if you don't want to wait for these guys to respawn, go ahead and look for them in the Luminescent Cavern. So yeah, that is Wixie's quest. Pretty simple. You just gotta look around the crystals. And silly, probably one of the most easiest quests ever if it wasn't locked behind Crimson Cavern, because of course you need that blue dragon. All you need to do is collect 5 glowing pants and turn it into her. Boom, that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. This is one of the most simplest quests ever. All you gotta do is just collect these like little glowing plants here. I mean, it is super simple. So yeah, that is all you guys have to go ahead and do there. But now for the final one, Sepos fragment. This one is in both of the caves, matter of fact. So I did go ahead and show you guys how to get that like one crimson rod over here. So basically guys, if you do go and find the entrance, which is right here, and you do walk yourself over here, you can find a little pathway. Now I do believe this is actually where the ancient dragon will spawn. So right here you'll find some stairs. All you gotta do is just go up here and you will go and find yourself a lever. First of all, you do have to go and talk to Sepos here, and all you got to do is just make sure this lever is the same way as the one in Luminescent Caverns. So if I go over here to Luminescent Cavern, which make a left up here and just go up the stairs. So here we are in the Luminescent Caverns now. Now for this one, whenever you go out of the Crimson Cavern, you just gotta make a U-turn up here, and here is the lever. So all you gotta do is just make sure that these are both in the same direction, and whenever you do that, basically there will be a message like, you hear a strange rumbling. This is the most important part. You actually have to go back out of the Luminescent Cavern into the Desolate Deep where we first came from, which you do have a time limit for this, so I do recommend using Tidebreaker because you do actually have to get there. So yeah, we're just going to use our Tidebreaker to go back. This is where the raft took us earlier in the video. Here you are in where the raft was. So if we just go and swim out over here, and we do actually get to our pedestals. Now right here should be your last fragment. There should be like some water. It will be legit right here. Like, here's your pedestal. Boom, right here. All you gotta do is just go and collect it, and boom, there you go. That's all your pedestals. Yeah, it's actually right here. So if you guys see it's like a little green thing, it is right diagonal to it, past there. All you gotta do is just go and claim it. You can go and go back to Crimson Cavern. I know there's a lot of running around in this stuff. So we're here back in Luminescent Caverns. Let's just go ahead and go to the Crimson Cavern. And then once you do go and make your way to a Crimson Cavern, you just want to walk up here to a cane, talk to him a little bit, and tell him that you do have the fragments. And once you have all of them, you'll go ahead and be rewarded an evil sigil, which is what you need to get the pitchfork alongside 20 million credits. This was a little bit of a handful, but honestly that's like the main thing for this area. You know, the colossal ancient dragons, but a very big part of this is also getting that evil pitchfork. Now it's time to talk about the ruinous oath. This sword is one of the most expensive, being 30 million credits. Let me just go and show you guys the stats really quick. 95% lure speed, which basically means you instantly catch. You don't need no hasty, no whatever. 500% luck, very strong luck. That is very good. But where it does lack a little bit is control, only 0.08. The control is definitely lacking. Next up, 25 resilience, not bad. That's, you know, pretty average. Infinite KG, and yeah, there we go. This is generally a very good rod, you know, good lure speed, good luck. Control is not that good. Same with resilience, but that doesn't really matter. And yeah, here are some of the recommended enchants. Of course, we got Herculean to increase the control bar, you know. We do also have Sea Overlord. We also got Mystical and Chirogenic to allow for instant lure and make up for its low resilience. So yeah, those are some of the most optimal grinding enchants for that. There is also some good masteries here, like a 15% fish size passive, which is very good, although you need to catch 10,000 fish. I highly doubt that's going to happen. You also need to catch 5 cataclysmic fish with the ruinous oath for a title, and if you perfect catch, which is very hard, colossal ethereal dragon X15, you get an ethereal bobber. And here is the the Luminescent Oath. I really like this. It looks sick. This only, instead of costing 30 million, it only costs 1.5, which is a lot better. So yeah, it's 85% lure speed. Not bad. I mean, 85% is good. Instead of being at 500% like the Ruinous Oath, this only has 100%. Of course, 100, that's not really that good. Like, for this being in like an end game type area, it's not really that good. 0.18 control, not bad. I would suggest Herculean for this, which is not a bad suggestion. Matter of fact, it's right here in the optimal enchanting. We got 10% resilience, which is basically the same as the Ruinous Oath, but of course they got some other stats to contribute for us. 10%, it's not that good. 25,000 max kg. This is, you know, not really that good. 25,000 clearly is not good for like getting anything. I mean, unless you're going to go ahead and praise it, then of course it's going to get way better. But of course, this rod, it definitely is a lot worse. I don't really think it's worth getting, maybe to just show off, but I do definitely think there are a lot better rods than this. Anyways, for enchanting, you do want mystical for one of them. Of course, low resilience, instant lure, extra luck. You want Sea Overlord and Sea Prince. You know, of course, you got the mutations. It's the same reason for the Ruinous Oath. And then you have Herculean for better control and higher max. Of course, next up, we got piercing and overclock to increase the progress bar faster and catch fish not affected by progress speed boost. Of course, overclocked is generally very good, and piercing will just help you catch stuff. Yeah, Luminescent Oath is not really worth it. I would not go ahead and get this rod, although if you want it, go ahead. But yeah, guys, that is basically my guide on how to first enter the Luminescent Cavern and the Crimson Cavern. What you can do in here, of course, there's many rods. You know, you got, this is the way you get the evil pitchfork. There's basically 4 rods in total. The evil pitchfork, the Ruinous Oath, those two being very late game rods. You also got that one like little scarlet fin up there, which is not that hard to get. You just gotta find out where they glide to. And you got the Luminescent Oath. Realistically, I think the only ones that actually matter are the evil pitchfork and the Ruinous Oath. The scarlets doesn't really matter. The Luminescent Oath, that doesn't really matter. You can just get it for looks. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to be it for this area. If you guys do want to see more guides on my channel, make sure to leave a like and comment down below if you are enjoying these, because eventually, if I do see that you guys are liking these guides, I will go ahead and continue to make more and even take some of your guide suggestions in the comments. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for the Luminescent Cavern and Crimson Cavern and Fish. See ya!